It's Friday, and you know what that is. It's Bordeaux time, and this wine just arrived. So it's like, okay, let's go. It's like, one of those things like, you ever seen broadcast news, where they had to get the story in, they're kind of running past the news link, blah, 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 and the wine finally got here. Prieuré-Lichine now is one of the top wines of Margaux. What they have done in the last 25 years with the estate and bringing on Stéphane Derenoncourt as the enologist, seriously, they've just turned this estate around. Now, but the thing is Prieuré-Lichine goes back a long, long time ago. I mean, it was one of the few estates in Margaux, back in the 12th century. It goes back that far. And when most of the Medoc was a swamp, you have to remember, like Cantenac, that area of Margaux was actually above the swamp and had this great gravelly soils. As a matter of fact, it wasn't called Prieuré-Lichine back then. It was Prieuré de Cantenac, because again, it was on the Cantenac Hill. By 1444, to be exact, the King of France actually started to tax Prieuré de Cantenac like wines from Clos Vougeot and Hermitage, because basically back in that era, the wines at that location were thought to be of the highest quality in France. And then in 1951, Alexis Lichine bought the property. Alexis is known as the Pope of Wine. And so he bought the property and started to revise Prieuré-Lichine. But, I don't want to say this. It would occasionally hit a home run, but it wasn't really consistent. I mean, I think, again, you have to go back to that era when wine in Bordeaux really wasn't priced that. It wasn't expensive. They were trying to get as much of the yields possible, so the yields were high just to make enough wine to make a living. But in 1999, and there are great Prieuré-Lichines, like the 89 Prieuré-Lichine is if you find it, you buy it. It's a must. Alexis's son, Sacha Lichine, who you might know because now he moved to Provence and is making Whispering Angel. He's going into the rosé business, which actually it's become quite successful. He sold the wine to the Blanc Group. Blanc, Minaret, and Minaret, they are negociants in Bordeaux, and they know wine. And then what they did is they started to revive the chateau. Essentially, they first started in the vineyard, where they bought an additional 25 acres of Margaux land, and then they hired Stéphane Derenoncourt. And that was when the big change started to happen. They also revitalized the cellar. They built cement tulips for their fermentation. And being where they are in Margaux, because Margaux is kind of an interesting place in the Medoc, because we talk about Terrace 4 a lot. Well, we don't talk about it a lot because there's not a lot of properties on Terrace 4. There's a little bit of Terrace 4 here at Prieuré-Lichine. But the one thing about Margaux has a tendency in certain areas to have a lot of clay, hence like Chateau Palmer. And as such, clay and Merlot go together really well. And so, although Prieuré-Lichine is 65% Cabernet Sauvignon, it does have 35% Merlot. And that Merlot gives the wine I don't want to say just a creaminess, it takes the texture and the tannins and the power of Cabernet and makes it pretty. I mean, we talk about Margaux as having violets and having this ethereal kind of feel to the wines. And quite honestly, it does. When you taste Margaux versus Pouillacs and St. Julian's and Pessacs, it really does have this uniqueness to it. So 2020 is, again, 65%, I think it's 65%. Yeah, 65% Merlot, 30%, 65 Cab, 30 Merlot, 5% Petit Verdot. It's one of the best Prieuré-Lichines I've ever tasted in my days. Even some of those great, vintages back like 89 or, 82, this to me is where they've nailed it. I mean, they literally, and 15 and 16 is great too. 19, 18, but 20, there's something about the 20 that just, it has everything. You know what's cool about this wine? I just opened it. It just was delivered literally an hour ago, not even an hour ago. The tannins are so fine. Stéphane Derenoncourt. Stéphane knows Merlot. I mean, he's basically, he was Stéphane von Nyperg's right-hand man, at Canon Lagaffier, La Mandat, all the kind, Lagaffier. I mean, the names go on, you could, Pavi McCann, it just, he understands Merlot. And what he did in the vineyard is showing in the wine. Oh, and again, it takes time because, you only get one shot at it, and it's every year. And once you have that one shot, and did it work? Did it not work? I mean, and now you have time, and time teaches you a lot when okay, what did we do wrong this year? What did we do right this year, et cetera, et cetera. Then we have to deal with Mother Nature and all that stuff. And we're dealing with HVE3 vineyards, so we're organic. It's very complicated, but the 2020 is not complicated when you taste it. It's absolutely beautiful, and you can drink it today. This is the thing. People always say, oh, I can't drink Bordeaux, I gotta wait 20 years. No. Yes, 20 years will make it another wine. We'll change it. We'll evolve it over the time. But you can drink these wines today because they are so tasty. Oh, and by the way, it's 96 points. And in shippable wood 6-packs. 95 Jane Anson. Just a glorious, beautiful, absolutely stunning Margaux. Very Margaux in its nose, and its texture, and its palate. Go Dodgers! That's right. Today, it's on. Here. Over the weekend, today, tomorrow, Monday. Back to back, Jack. Anyways, have a great weekend. And like and subscribe, like Kyle says. Let's get to 11,000, 12,000. Let's get in. We're in the top 50 for wine channels. Let's move to maybe the top 40. But anyways, we love you guys. And again, this is in shippable 6-packs, under $40 price. It's under, and just for the money and for what you get, it's, I mean, very difficult to find anywhere else in the world. So anyways, thanks for being such great customers, and have a great weekend.